Hello and welcome to another commentary gameplay video. Today we are taking a look at the top 16 game of the Hokkaido Championship that happened in Japan the last weekend. We are seeing the top 16 game here with Blue Doflamingo on the one side, facing off against Nami on the other side. So I would say, yeah, a new rising star in Blue Doflamingo that got upgraded with the new starter deck 17 against like a well-established leader in the Blue Nami deck. So I'm really excited for this match. I hope you are as well. And yeah, for everybody, I put the speed of this video to 1.25. If there's anything happened too fast, I will pause it, talk about the plays they did, maybe give my 2 cents if I would have done it a little bit differently. And yeah, I'm hoping we see a really good game. So here we see the hand of the Nami. I think they already mulliganed. I think that's the hand they keep. So they got a Kaya in hand, they got a Nami, Love Mellow, and here we see the Doflamingo hand. This hand looks just beautiful, right? You have the Boa Hancock, you have the Chimbei, you have the Perona, and the Sengoku as a 1-cost drop. So I think this is one of the best hands you can ask for if you are a Blue Doflamingo player. So yeah, I think they are starting shortly. I'm not quite sure who will go first. I would say it would be advantageous for the Blue Doflamingo player to go first, just to be able to have one swing more, right? Okay, so it's Nami player going first. For 1 Don, they play out a full art Nami. Let me quickly pause here and get you the translation of this Nami. So here we see the translation of the Nami. So the Nami he played down, it's the new blue Nami from OP09. It's a 1-cost 1000 power character, and when attacking, look at 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 blue event and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So I think it's a really good card, right? It's like a searcher for your event. So I think the chance that you hit something with the Nami is like pretty high, because your deck is mostly consists of blue events, and you're also able to stack your bottom deck. So I think it's a really good card, and it kind of acts like a blocker, right? Because if you swing with this card, your opponent is like tempted or should get rid of this card, right? Because the more it stays on the field, the more value you get out of her, and the more cards she will draw for you. So yeah, I think it's a really good card to include, and if it's in your hand, you have like a 1k counter as well. So I would say let's go back to the game and watch it. So now it's the first turn of the Doflamingo player. I think he will probably play down his Sengoku, which he already did. He will grab the new Law of the starter deck, and then he plays the Perona to stack his top deck, his top 5. So let me pause real quick here. See that he has some Warlords of the Sea characters. He is opting to stack his deck like that he will draw into the Crocodile, and that he probably will use his leader effect the next turn to summon out the Trafalgar Law. That's what he's doing here. And then he will draw into the Boa Hancock, and then he will get some other cards, but I'm not sure if he should have switched the Perona with the Boa Hancock, right? Because then the next turn he could summon it with like the turn after. But yeah, that's what he's deciding here. Let's continue and see if that's... he's changing the Boa with the Doflamingo, so he rather wants to spawn the Boa Hancock with the leader effect, putting the Perona to the back. And yeah, exactly what I said. Yeah, he just put the Law on the 4th spot, so that on the next turn, like after he summons with his leader ability, he will draw into the Perfume and has another Warlord on top of the deck, and in the 5th card is another Perona. So yeah, I would say this is the best first turn for the Doflamingo you can ask for. Now we are back at the Nami, and yeah, easy choice here. He swings with his Nami, getting to draw another card. Now he has so many options here, so this is really good. I think he will grab the Sanji's Pilaf. Sanji's Pilaf is just a card you always want to see with Nami, right? It's in every matchup you want to see it, and now with the OP09 set you also get another way to find it. But he decides to grab the White Snake, also understandable because it's also a strong card. And then for 3 Don he will play out the Margaret blocker to draw another card. on play. And he passes over to the Doflamingo player. He's now at 4 Don. I think you will swing with, maybe you also attach a Don to one of your characters and swing 3 into the rested Nami, but he just grabs all his Don, puts under his leader, summons the Boa, and is then attacking with a 9k to his face, and swings with his weenie into the Nami to get rid of this card as well, so we don't get any additional value. Now back to the Nami player, we are now at 5 Don. He will swing with 5 with his leader into the little searcher Perona. For 1 he plays down a Kaya, drawing 2 cards and have to trash 2. And yeah, easy decision here, he trashes 2 Impel Down All-Stars. Impel Down All-Stars is just a card you have in the deck for the trigger, because the trigger is a copy of the Sanji's Pilaf, which is like a draw 2. And then he passes over with 4 Don open, 6 Don at the Doflamingo side. He decides to attack with an 8k swing into face. Now we see a snake dance, means our leader gets 4000 power and we can bounce a character of us to our hand, right? So just a 4k buff. So this attack is defended, and now we got 2 Don open. He will probably swing another 8k and summons something. No, he just decides to swing 9k into face. Now I'm wondering, but 9k is something the Nami player decides to take. Grabbing a Kaya out of the life, which is pretty huge, right? And now back to the Kaya side, we have 7 Don to work with. I would imagine, yeah, Kaya. It's always nice to have, especially with cards like the Snake Dance, to bounce it back to the hand. I didn't saw what he discarded there. Maybe we go a little bit to cards. I think he is deciding to trash 2 Desert Spada, right? Yep, he just trashed 2 Desert Spada into the trash. For 1 he plays another Kaya, drawing 2. And he got another Kaya. He found all his Kaya here. We also see a Nami, the Love Mellow, Sanji's Pilaf, White Snake, another white Love Mellow, and also the Rubber Band. What would you discard here? I think you discard a Mellow and a Nami Searcher. Let's see what he's deciding to do. I mean, I'm not a Nami pro at all. He's deciding to trash the Sanji's Pilaf. Interesting choice here. And the Nami, okay. Valuing the Love Mellow more than the Sanji's Pilaf. I mean, sure, it's a defensive card. Yeah, and he plays another Kaya down. He's really, yeah, digging and going through his resources. Drawing another, yeah, I think he will get rid of this blocker and also Love Mellow. And now it's back to the Doffy side, leaving 4 Don open. I think now we are at 8 Don for the Doflamingo player. And I think as a Doflamingo player you should also, I mean, he just swinged with like 2 big numbers last turn. I think he should rather focus on building up his board, right? So he threatens more attacks out of his field. I mean, in general, against Nami, okay, now we see a Jinbei played into a Boa, stacking his top deck, puts a Weavile on top of the stack, which you will probably summon out with the leader effect. Now we're seeing 1 Don being attached to the Doflamingo leader with the effect of the Boa Hancock on play. And now he's deciding, yeah, he just putting 4 Don under his leader, summons a Weevil with his last remaining Don, and then there should be like a 9k swing, right? Yep, so the judges there just put the card, the leader on top of the Don. I think it's also something small, but you should always put the Don visible under your leader. And yeah, now this effect, or like the attack goes through, he triggers the Desert Spada, and I think this is also a really good trigger, because the trigger is draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So I think Desert Spada is also one of the better trigger effects to have in this deck. And he trashed Rubber Band. Then there's another 6k swing coming at the Nami. He defends this with a Rubber Band, getting 2000 power, and then you can trash the top card of your top deck. And I think that's it, right? Back to Nami's player. We are now at 9 Don, if I'm not mistaken. He plays the 4 of Kaya. Wow. We see the 4 of Kaya in play on all the nice full art versions. So, what do we have here to discard? Yeah, he discarded the Apis and the other blocker card. Yeah, so he has 8 Dons left, and now he's just passing it over. And I think his hand is stacked with, yeah, really good counter events. I think he has 2 Love Mellow, 2 White Snake, and also I think a Giant Gavel. So now we are at the Doflamingo side, and yeah, so let's pause here real quick, right? We are now at 10 Don on the Doflamingo side. Usually, well, I think the best strategy to swing into a Nami is if you start with a 6k swing, right? Because if you swing with a 5k swing, they can just play the White Snake, buffing the leader to 1k, drawing a card, and negate the effect. But if you swing with a 6k, a White Snake they can't play the White Snake because it forces a White Snake, an additional card. And if they're using other cards like a 2 or 4k event, yeah, it just feels a little bit, yeah, not wasted, but yeah, it's just a resource out of their hand. So you should always swing, I would prefer swing always a 6k into Nami until you see like the White Snakes. If you place then a White Snake, the next attack is like a 7k, right? So you always swing like, yeah, let's say 1k more than the leader, like the Nami's power. And just to start, I mean, if you're having like a big board with your characters, you can swing bigger for sure. You can swing like a 9 or 10k. But if you have like a board full of like 5 to 6k buddies, I would start with a 6k to see what the opponent is doing. But now let's see what our Doflamingo player decides to do with his Don. We are now at 10 Don in total. So let's take a look. I mean, he has a board like he has 5 attackers, so I think it's, yeah, really, he filled up his board really quick. He starts with a 7k swing into the Nami. 7k is also fine. I think it's like a White Snake, and then he will probably he plays another White Snake. Okay, he buffs himself to 7k already, but he still needs another card to get out of this attack, and I think he doesn't. Does he waste another Mellow? It could be that he takes his life, right? Yep, decides to take his life. He also got a White Snake of the trigger of the life. The trigger of the White Snake is look at 5 cards from the top of your deck and place them at the top or bottom of your deck in any order. So I think it's not a trigger you want to hit. So I think it's, yeah, much stronger to have this in your hand. Especially if the opponent decides to swing with 7k, but let's see. Remember, we played 2 White Snakes, so our Nami is now a 7k leader. He decides to put 4 Don under the Doflamingo, swinging with a 9 into 7k leader. So I think now it's time for probably a Love Mellow, I would imagine, or the Giant Gavel, yeah. No, he plays first a White Snake, buffing himself to 8k, and then getting a Apis 2k out of his hand. Okay, so that's yeah, we are now at 8k leader, and then he will swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11k. We swing 11k into 8k leader, and here he will use the Gum Giant Gavel. You may trash 1 card from your hand, and up to one of your leader gains 4000 power during this battle. Then you may trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. So he decides to trash another Giant Gavel, and now he's milling the top 2 cards of his deck, getting closer to his win condition. And now we see 3 Gavel already in the discard pile, as well as 3 White Snake. So I think, I mean, this is also an important thing to keep in mind when playing against Blue Nami. Especially when there are 3 White Snake already gone, you can also start swinging with a 5k, for example, right? Because a 5k is always, I mean, if he plays his next White Snake, okay, then it's gone, but it forces cards out of his hand, right? So yeah, next turn he could also swing maybe with the Sengoku, like a 5k. But yeah, let's see how this can continue. Quick reminder for everybody, there is a 1k subscriber giveaway I posted on my X Twitter account. So there is a really big giveaway in my opinion, where you can win some One Piece finalist cards from the offline regionals. You can also win an enchanted Lorcana card with the Ursula, and also some Pokemon merchandise like a deck box from Hawaii or a playmate from Yokohama Worlds, as well as a booster box of Stellar Crown, as well as some Espeon sleeves. If you want to participate, the giveaway will run until the 24th of November. I will then announce the winner in the comment. Please check it out. Subscribe to my socials like YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and Twitter, and retweet, like, and comment this post. And then you are eligible for the drawing on the 24th of November. So yeah, I hope you participate in it, and thank you for your help so far. And yeah, I hope, if not already done, please subscribe to my channel and yeah, participate in the giveaway. And yeah, I really hope that you are enjoying my content so far. Let's get back now at the Nami player side. He decides to play Sanji's Peeler for 3 Don, filling up his hand with options. And here we see, let me go a little bit back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 to 15 cards are left. So it's really, really slim. And we got 2 live as well for Nami player. So what is he doing? He got 2 Love Mellow in his hand and an Arpis. Then we got, I think, a Snake Dance. And is this another Gavel? I can't make out the last card, the card besides Arpis, but I think we will see shortly. Not quite familiar with this artwork. Could be another Gavel. Ah no, I think it's the Usurp, right? It's the Rush Usurp. When he has Rush, and when he hits face or hits life, I think you can discard up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, right? So really, yeah. So now he is swinging with a 9k into the Nami. 9k is also fine, because 9k with also the White Snakes gone usually forces out 2 cards off the hand of the Nami player. Decides to get a 2k as well as a Snake Dance, buffing himself by 4k, getting out of the attack, and bounces Ekaya back to the hand, which is pretty strong. And now we see another 4 Don put under the Doflamingo leader, another 9k swing. Probably you play out your Love Mellow, because now you get to draw a card with the effect, right? Because your hand is 3 or less, and you get to draw cards, but you could also then draw into a 1k. Still debating what to do. He is taking the life, okay, interesting. He get another Margaret, 1k, and then he decides to do another 9k swing with the Boa Hancock. He will, sacrifice one of the Kayas first, and then the Love Mellow to trigger the secondary effect to draw another card. And yeah, I mean, if you are Doflamingo, swing 5 with the Jinbei and also swing 6 with the Boa Hancock, right? There's no need to let them stand, let them active, right? He swings 6 with the Boa Hancock. Yep, triggering another Love Mellow for 2 Don. And then he's debating on, should he swing with the Jinbei or not? And now he's passing, yeah. But I think passing is not... Yeah, I mean, you just leave 1 resource more in the hand of the Nami, right? So next turn they have like 1k more to defend their attacks, right? I would have swung with the Jinbei here. I mean, in general, I would have swung a little bit different, like first with the lower bodies and then getting a little bit bigger, right? Now we are seeing Margaret getting played, as well as, let me quickly grab the translation for this card here, which is just shown here. It's from OP03, right? This here is a blocker. It's 2 cost and a 0 power card. Blocker, and on KO you may trash 1 card from the top of your deck. So essentially you play it, you can block an attack, and you get to mill a card and be 1 card closer to your win condition. Now the Nami player decided to pass the turn with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Don open, and now we are back at the Doflamingo side. So I think he will... The thing is, yeah, he's starting with a 9k swing. I mean, 9k is okay, right? 9k is okay. But I would rather prefer to see like a lower swing, like a 6k swing. Because yeah, 6k swing is also just awkward if you don't have multiple white snakes, right? So I mean, if you commit all of your resources here, he's just debating on playing maybe the Trafalgar Law to bounce back the Margaret, right? But I think, is this the way to go? I'm not quite sure. Maybe you should just swing with what you have on board. Because these 4 done. I mean, you're also getting another 5k body on board, but yeah, he bounces himself to the hand to get rid of the Margaret blocker. Then he swings 7k to Nami. I think 7k, you will just use the rubber band here, getting plus 2k. And then also getting rid of the Searcher Nami with 1k. Successfully countered this attack here. Then we are seeing, oh, now he just bounced the boa from the field. I think this stone was attached to the boa. No, I think that's illegal. Yeah, the boa was rested and got 1 attached down. Yeah, perfectly, that's fine. He is putting 2 down under the weevil, attacking with 8 into Nami. And I would say the Doflamingo player is not attacking properly into Nami, in my opinion. I think he could have attacked like a little bit smarter, right, or a little bit more efficiently. Yeah, so I think, yeah, the Nami player counted out. Or did he count out? Let me go a little bit back. Nami, I think he's taking this live. Yeah, getting an all-star trigger, get to draw 2 more cards. And I think at this point, you are already done, right? Now he's playing the white snake, buffing himself to 6k leader. And now we see that the pace of the Nami player is increasing. He is playing his Anji's Pilaf. Then he's playing the Margaret to draw his last card. And Nami wins this match, yeah. So, yeah, I would say it was a nice, interesting game. Let's pause it here really quick to wrap up what we just saw. So the Nami player won this game. I mean, they also got pretty nice live cards in, or like trigger out of the live with the All-Stars or the Desert Sparta in the mid game. Yeah, but I think also the Doflamingo side of player could have played it a little bit more efficiently, right? Swing with starting with a 6k, not with your 9k body when there's like a big blocker on the side, right? Especially in the last turn when there was like the 2 blockers on the side. I think, yeah, this was not played optimally. I think there is definitely room for improvement. As I mentioned, the best way I would start, or like as a rule of thumb, just swing 6s until you see a white snake, then increase the swings to 7k. And if your board is wide enough or big enough, then you can pressure like 10s, right? Because a 10 or like a 9 case, 9 or 10s, yeah, what I would swing. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. This was the top 16 game, so Nami is now in the top 8 bracket. And if not already done, please subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me, to help me also grow and appreciate the work and all the time I put into the videos. So yeah, I will continue providing the commentary for the top 8 game as well as the top 4 and the finals game. And if not already done, you can also check out the last championship. Happened I think 1 or 2 weeks ago on my channel, where I also did a commentary with card explanations of new cards featuring the OP09 meta. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.